no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. Give to the single back. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They feed him again. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Huskies love these backs that can churn up yardage like a Corey Dillon and Napoleon Kaufman used to do.
Yeah, just guys that you can depend on, guys you can hand it to and know you're going to get really, really good production. Then what does that do? It opens up the whole offense, gets everybody jacked up in the Pacific Northwest.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, the offense is trying to get physical. They're pulling the backside guard on that play. He completely whiffs, though, and misses his block, and as a result, it's a negative play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, running back gets the gift. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse agrees. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Throws to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Washington sends out the punt team. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And this is the type of defense that have made the Huskies a factory for pro players.
Yeah, and Reese, when I think about Washington football, I think about defense, I think about right place, right time, great thought process, just physical, make you earn everything they get every single year.
Notre Dame has made this 2nd down play much more difficult after going backwards. Sends it back in motion. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Got his man to the left. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And that's better protection up front by these guys. You give up a sack the play before, you got to give your quarterback some time. They do. And another thing that I really like, guys, what he did right here, you don't have to take a shot. You don't have to get it all back in one play. Nice job getting it out of your hands and now making the 3rd down very manageable.
The Irish needing just inches for the first down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Man, this is a defense that prides themselves on stopping the run, and that is a huge statement on their opponent's opening drive of the game. 3rd and short, they don't just get a stop. They get a tackle for loss. That sends a very clear message that they're going to be the more physical side today.
A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. The corners are walked up tight. Maybe some room here. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a 1st down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Washington. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Throwing, Williams. Quickly complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the 1st down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the 1st down.
The Huskies have it with a 1st and 10. Trying the run, it's Washington. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Williams. Here's a heat. And it's a sack.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Williams desperately trying to cut through the noise. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. We've reached the end of the 1st quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. Coming out with it, it's Mobley. He's got great speed. Oh, what vision. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Back to the ground game on the left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Give to the running back. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Rush is on him, trying to get away. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. Wants to return it. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. The run inside. It's Williams.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver going in motion. Here's Carr to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Hauls it in. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. The Irish have always been built on the run, but timely completions are important, like the great Tom Clements back in the day or John Ewart.
Got to be clutch, right? Got to be balanced and got to find those moments where you can thrive. It's always a system, it seems like, at Notre Dame where it's been built around the run game and it's built around physicality, but they got to get that element of balance to really take off and get to that next level.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you don't always see tosses into the boundary. Most people want to go to the wide side of the field Defense was ready. Not as much space when you go wide out there, but more importantly, the defense doing a great job winning, setting the edge, running to the football, shutting the toss down.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's got it again. This time, they get him in the backfield, and they take back what he got on the previous play.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
But sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They're in the gun, 3rd down. Here's Carr. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He didn't get a lot on the return, but man, did he set his offense up at the 30.
And you don't see this very often, the big defensive linemen. You see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Palmer, when it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception?
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could...
A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Well, after getting the takeaway now, you're in the fringe area just outside the red zone. The offense trying to stay aggressive. They're throwing it right away, seeing if they can catch the defense sleeping after now just coming on the field. But give the defense credit. They were aware. They were ready for it. Made sure that one fell incomplete.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll give it to Washington.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. Here's Williams to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. Exceptional footwork to stay in bounds, and just a little bit better, and he could have scored.
Yeah, if he keeps his balance or gets the speed going upfield a little bit more, he might get into the end zone, but just kind of ran out of space over there on that sideline.
Using the quick game. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Husky. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat and you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Play action, C.J. Carr. Pocket breaking down. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. I guess in this case, the scramble giveth and the scramble taketh away, and the ball was taken away.
And I'm not sure if he just didn't see an open guy downfield or if his receivers didn't do a good enough job on the scramble rule getting open. But at the end, quarterback held on to it way too long. That allowed the defense to catch up to him and create the takeaway.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Quick strike complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football, because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
The run from the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Here's Williams. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. He got his feet down in bounds. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. He'll bring it out. It's Mobley. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, Fighting Irish!
And he's in for the second score of the game. My goodness. Note to self, kickoff team. Don't kick it to him anymore. Squib it, kick it to the other guy. Just don't let that guy touch it again.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. Those opportunities, those returns like that can be such game changers, and everyone was right on point, and he took it to the house. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks. How about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Washington. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Williams desperately trying to cut through the noise.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Carr. Got his man. Across the 45. Snags it and he's open. Pass to 10. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Once he got some room, it was over.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Williams throws for the tight end. Finds a man in the middle. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Williams will pass. Fires quickly. Stopped at the 44 after a 5-yard gain. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Throwing, Williams. Bringing the heat. And they got it. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. Under fire. The pass is incomplete and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance, everything their play caller.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Williams to throw for it on fourth. Under fire. Quarterback gets enough. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. We're just about ready to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger, and we might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Throwing, Carr. Fires it incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Second down after that incompletion. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Quick completion on the out. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Dropping back, it's Carr. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Here's the return. Slips through the line. He's going to get loose. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. They moved the football well in the last drive, but man, that fourth down and failing to convert there has to sting. He's like a pinball with attitude out there, hammering ahead to the 30.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll give it to Washington. There's a crease. Got enough space. Touchdown, Huskies. And that one will give them the lead.
Man, we know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting a long touchdown run.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Running inside, it's Mobley. Turning it on! Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Fires to the big fella. Could be an alley. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. From the red zone, it's Mobley. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Carr to throw. It's complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll send the back in motion. Carr from the gun on 3rd down. Makes a grab. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. And if guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels, and now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
Got it. Touchdown, Irish! They are lining up the scoreboard. Every touchdown has an answer, it seems. They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made the extra point without problem. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Here's the return from inside his 10. And he'll be stopped. The return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
The one thing I do know, Reese, this running back's got to do a better job with ball security. Cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Tripped up for the tackle.
What a great play by the linebacker. Do you talk about filling a hole? Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
The volley cheers going on high. at the 24.
This is one of the things that makes this defense so tricky is they've got incredible speed at the inside linebacker position. Not only can they go sideline to sideline, run east-west, but they can run downhill on blitzes, and they can get to your quarterback.
Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Gonna run it. It's Mobley. Oh, what a move. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way.
Makes the ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
Great job by the defense. Forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Look, understanding the ball came out quick. I got to break, get hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Play action, Carr. Here comes the heat. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Maybe a crease. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Handoff from the gun. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Might as well stick with him. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Still third down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. Williams looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
And the Huskies will have it 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Williams desperately trying to cut through the noise. Unleashes one deep. To the end zone and is picked off. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
Here come the Irish back on offense. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. Play fake, Carr. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been picked.
Might be changing the route. Gets the back moving. From the gun on 3rd down, Carr. Heaves it on the run. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. You just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
The Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Williams from the gun on third down. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
Carr. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They're in the gun, 3rd down, here's Carr. There he goes! Moving deeper into enemy territory, move the chains, it's 1st down at the 27.
That's such a gut punch if you're the defense, because you're trailing in this game. You have got to find a way to get off the field on 3rd down, but you can't stop the quarterback scramble. He's just been making plays in this game in critical moments, none bigger than that one right there with the lead late in the game.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. Motion from the back. Throwing, Carr. Swings it out to his running back. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Makes the catch, plenty of room, feet down in the end zone.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond? He's going to fire deep. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Trying to take it back. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. A pick 6.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Offense getting set for first down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. The inside handoff. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy second down situations with some positive runs on first down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future.
They'll mark him down right there, and that'll be enough for a Washington first down. New set of downs after the completion. Here's Williams to throw. He's taking a deep shot. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Williams looking for a man. He wants a big play here late. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
With the lead late in the game, this defense right now knows that the opponent's going to be throwing the football. They're doing a nice job mixing up their coverages, but also changing their personnel, sometimes putting extra DBs on the field. That time, deep shot, 2 guys go up, nobody comes down with it. The defense wins again.
Williams to the air again. He's going to take off past the 45. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary. Washington coming to the line with another first down. Motion from the wideout. Williams. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And his passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
Wants to fire on second down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing.
And guys, hold that thought just a second because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Fourth down, Williams. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop.
Well, it's been that kind of day for the offense, and this quarterback specifically, they've had their chances. They've had opportunities throughout the course of the game to get some pitches and catches and make some explosive plays, just not able, though, to hook up. And you saw it on that fourth down play right there. They're trailing by a lot of points because those are the throws you've got to make if you're going to win games like this, and they just have not been able to get it done.
They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. If there's time to pad the stats. Looking for the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That's going to do it for us.